hear your favorite talk shows in crystal clear, high-definition sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio, 7 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before. In true CRN high-definition audio, the difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Michael Medved, Tom Hartman, Stephanie Miller, Sebastian Gorka, Charlie Kirk, and more. Fred Dreyer on sports, entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Lounge, The What's Cooking Show, The What's Cooking on Wine Show, all in true CRN high-definition audio. Sports, business, entertainment, travel, food, wine, politics, there's something for everyone on CRN, and it's all available in CRN high-definition sound. Log in to crntalk.com for listings and information. crntalk.com.
The radio channels. The radio.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. President Trump is considering a red state for the next move in his anti-crime push. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
After complaining about crime in Democrat-led blue states, the president says he could deploy the National Guard to a red state.
We're making a determination now. Do we go to Chicago or do we go to a place like New Orleans where we have a great governor?
The Democratic governors of Illinois and Maryland sharply opposed troop presence in Chicago and Baltimore, but Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry is a Republican. Greg Clugston, the White House.
The House of Representatives is getting back to work after its August recess. Speaker Mike Johnson says he encouraged Republicans to use the August recess for explaining the big, beautiful bill's benefits to constituents.
Go into their districts, do town halls, business roundtables, meet with everybody, constituents, and just take the time to explain what's in it. Because in almost every scenario, literally like 99% of the time, when you explain what's in it, light bulbs go off and people start standing and applauding because they know it's going to help.
In the House, Republicans will continue their investigations of former President Biden, while Speaker Johnson navigates a split in his conference over whether the Trump administration should release more files in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Mexico and the United States have agreed to continue collaborating on cross-border security issues like fighting the trafficking of drugs, guns, and fuel. This announcement came during Secretary of State Marco Rubio's visit Wednesday. Both countries emphasized that the cooperation would respect each other's sovereignty. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 24 points, the Nasdaq rose 218. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Dennis Prager here for AmFed Coin and Bullion. I've always been a strong believer in precious metals investment, and I've always been fascinated with rare coin collecting. But owning the wrong coins that only make dealers a lot of money can be catastrophic for your investment portfolio. AmFed Coin and Bullion specializes in taking people out of non-performing coin portfolios and turning them into gold, silver, or platinum bullion. They tailor a portfolio based on your goals and not what they want to sell you. You'll never experience scare tactics, misleading hype, or high-pressure sales from owner Nick Grovich and his very knowledgeable staff. They will evaluate your portfolio, show you how your coins have performed, and take the time to educate you on the ugly industry practices so that you can make an informed decision. Smart people can make very bad investments when they're under pressure and lack the facts. Call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. AmericanFederal.com.
In international news, a rare U.S. military operation takes place in the Americas. We hear more on this developing story from Washington correspondent Ben Thomas reporting.
We just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat.
President Trump Tuesday announcing U.S. forces carried out a strike on a vessel in the southern Caribbean, operated, he says, by the Tren de Aragua gang.
These came out of Venezuela.
Trump says 11 people were killed in international waters and no U.S. forces were harmed. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was asked about it.
The president is going to be on offense against drug cartels and drug trafficking in the United States. It destabilizes not just the country, but the entire Caribbean basin.
Ben Thomas, Washington.
News and analysis at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters. A suicide bombing at a political rally in Pakistan has killed at least 13 people and wounded more than 2 dozen. Correspondent Charles de Ledesma reports.
A suicide bomber has blown himself up outside a stadium as supporters of a nationalist party were leaving a rally on the outskirts of Quetta. There was no immediate claim of responsibility for the attack. The rally was held to mark the anniversary of the death of Sada Atullah Mengal, a veteran nationalist leader and former provincial chief minister. Balochistan has long been the scene of a low-level insurgency, with groups demanding independence from the central government. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
An electric streetcar that's one of Lisbon's big tourist attractions has derailed, killing 15 people and injuring 18 others. 5 of the injured are in serious condition, and a child is among the injured. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Savor the past and savor the glory days of Las Vegas. Enjoy 70 years of true Las Vegas history as 4 generations of family wait to greet you at the legendary Bootlegger Italian Bistro. Wine, dine, and experience Mama Maria's award-winning original recipes while surrounded by original family photos and celebrity memorabilia. Enjoy piano artistry nightly with music from the Great American Songbook in our main formal dining room. The Bootlegger Italian Bistro, 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South. In the entertainment capital of the world, the Bootlegger Italian Bistro, open 7 days a week. 7700 Las Vegas Boulevard South, in the entertainment capital of the world. It's Vegas, baby.
I'm Michael Horn, your host, along with our producers, Corey Marino and J.D. Jeremy Dayton. And we got the star of the program here. This is the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer. How you doing this week, Fred?
Out there.
How you doing, Fred?
Everything's good. How about you?
Yeah, everything's good. It's been, warm. We're getting to the dog days of summer, getting into fall. Baseball season is winding down. Football season's starting up, getting ready for basketball and hockey. I love this time of year. A lot of stuff going on.
Well, what do they have, like 25 games left? Something in that
What do they have, Corey?
Yeah, I believe it's 25 games left.
Okay, 25 games. And,
pedal to the metal, buddies.
And let's we want to talk. I don't know when we start doing this, but we should talk about the one thing, and that is what the hell's going on with the Dodgers, and why is now everything so slow to form?
It seems like the Dodgers play the bigger teams well, but they sort of choke up, don't they, Corey, with these bad teams?
Yeah, they definitely play to their competition. It's not good. Under 500, they're not doing well in the last couple months, and then they play the good teams and they win 2 out of 3, but it's just inconsistency. And when we hit, the pitching's awful, and when they can pitch, the hitting's awful, and they can't pull it together.
Well, Jeremy, you know what we were talking about, Mike and I, off camera here. What the hell keeps Dave, the manager of the Dodgers, from making moves he has to make? The team is waiting for leadership, and it's not there. It doesn't show itself.
Is there a Jerry Jones situation in ownership? It's Magic
they're
Johnson.
not. They already spent the money, JD. It's like, when are they going to bench Michael Offerforno? The guy just comes up in situations, am I right, Fred, and doesn't produce.
Well, God bless him. I would think that if he's a professional making $17 million a year,
sure,
at some point in time he's got to, like that little field mouse, got to stick his head out of the hole and say, hey, it's time to come out.
Well, I hope he sticks his head out so we can talk to him today. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more with the Fred Dreyer Show. Email Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com.
Progressive knows there are two things RV owners love: to travel and relax. And they like to take both nice and slow. Just like this commercial. And what's more relaxing than the peace of mind knowing their RV is protected by Progressive? Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
It's time to rediscover Ka'anapali Resort on Maui. Goodbye stress and work. Hello paradise and fun. Restaurants, hotels, golf, spas, hiking, shopping, activities of all kinds, or just lounging on the beach and listening to the waves. Visit Ka'anapaliResort.com, KAANAPALI Resort.com. Ka'anapali Resort on the west side of Maui.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Hi, everyone. Super Bowl champ Vernon Davis here from Legal Help Center. If you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. The call is free, the consultation is free, and you can speak with a live agent right now. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident of any kind, call now to find out if you have a case and how much you could potentially get.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-745-9090. That's 800-745-9090. 800-745-9090. Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Welcome back here to the Fred Dreyer Show. I'm Michael Horn, along with our producers Corey Marino and JD Jeremy Dayton, the one and only star of our show, Fred Dreyer, as we get going here. Fred, you ever play with that Vernon Davis? Was he in your era?
Vernon Davis.
Yeah. Well, that guy was just there in the commercial there, yeah, with the legal helpline there. He played, he was a tight end.
He was a tight end for the 49ers.
Yeah, exactly,
I
yeah.
remember he was a decent player. I don't know if he's a coach now or what is he?
He played with the Broncos. You should know that, Corey. That's your team.
He did for a little bit.
Yeah,
He wasn't
the
much,
Redskins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he coaching now? No, he's taking care of people that are getting injured out there. So I just thought I'd bring that up since we got football boys. We're going to have you do that commercial too, Fred. You got more going on. By the way, a little bit later on in the show, Fred, you're still making your appearance there in Baltimore. And Corey, you got the details on that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Where? Tell everybody. Yeah, dig that out.
So, it's Fred and Stephanie Kramer are going to the Mid-Atlantic Nostalgia Convention, where the stars of television's Hunter will reunite for the grand weekend. The NFL All-Pro turned actor Fred Dreyer will be signing autographs for fans of both the NFL and his acting career, alongside Stephanie Kramer, known for her role as the tough-minded detective Sergeant Dee Dee McCall on the NBC
She was known
TV's
as
Hunter.
the Brass Cupcake.
The brass cupcake there, I know.
That's what.
Corey, you ever watch the show?
I've watched a couple episodes.
JD, you?
Oh yeah, I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, so many. You were on for what, seven seasons, 8 seasons, Fred?
Yes, exactly correct.
Yeah, and good stuff over there. And you did a couple of movies too that they play from time to time.
Yeah, we did like 3 or 4 2-hour special movies for NBC, and then later on we came back at NBC and did about 5 to 6 1-hour episodes, and then they moved the show around, and they decided they didn't want to say it anymore.
Well, that's not good. I don't like that. People still saying for it to come back. I think it should be like a kind of a senior, kind of like Andy Griffith did when he came back, and was Matlock. And
I thought, it's a good idea because I think so. I would have prosthetic teeth.
Yeah,
I could probably do it with AI now.
I could pretend I'm limp. I could be the detective that runs down the bad guys with a cane.
You got to keep the same car, the old Charger, even though it's a late model. So we'd have a regular character. Maybe JD, you could be the mechanic that kind of keeps the thing going.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I might not be able to get it going. I'll just pretend. Oh, you need an alternator.
Make it happen. I'll sit there in a chair with kind of a shawl around my, back and stuff. Say, yeah, go get him there.
Well, you'll follow up. You'll follow if I'm on the road chasing a guy. You'll follow up on your little motorcycle.
In the sidecar, Corey, you'll be able to drive me there, right? And I'll be in the sidecar.
You'll have your cop goggles on.
Pee Wee Herman Bell.
That's it. All right, let's look at this baseball situation here right now. In the American League, or in the National League right now, the leaders, as of when we taped this broadcast, Milwaukee Brewers, Phillies, and the Dodgers are in first place, but you never can tell. That can change fast. The wild cards, Chicago Cubs, the Padres, the Mets, I think the Reds are and Giants are like 4.5, 5 games out. Arizona follows them, and the Cardinals in that. In the American League, it's the Toronto Blue Jays, the Tigers, and the Houston Astros leading their divisions. The wild cards are the New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, Seattle Mariners, and then not in the playoffs now, but a couple of games out, Texas Rangers, Kansas City Royals, Tampa Bay Rays. It's a tighter league there. The Angels 7.5 games out, Cleveland Guardians 4. The Orioles, JD, 10 games out. What happened to them this year?
Hey, you bring up the Orioles. Can we get a little round of applause for what they just did for the Dodgers?
Yeah, very nice. Yeah,
they just finished a 3-game sweep of San Diego.
Well, you have to, it's all fair now. We have to make sure that the Dodgers beat the Pirates, and that's how that works.
Yeah,
and then the Orioles play the Dodgers.
Yeah, we got you guys next.
Oh, you do? Oh,
yeah.
boy.
So, Fred, what's the deal with baseball teams that, every team gets hot and every team gets cold. The Dodgers are kind of an up-and-down team. They win some, and then they go ahead, just when you think they're on a real tear, they play a team that's not in the hunt anymore, and they lose to them, and it's a problem. You got to keep that momentum going. You were on football for so many years. How'd you keep the team going even when it seemed like you might be out of it? You still had to win.
Well, this is one of the things I've talked about with people that I know, the Dodgers and ex-Ram people, is, you got to play like you've never forgotten how to play good, And I made a couple notes here. The Dodgers play like they haven't played baseball before. They run the bases terribly. They have no idea at all who's on base. They don't know. They can't hit with runners in scoring position. All these things are basic building blocks of the sport. And how can you? And this isn't like they've gone into a slump. They started training camp off going into a slump. This team has been terrible, inconsistent since the day they showed up.
That goes back to the manager, like you were talking about.
Oh, that's another. Thank you. That's the other thing. The one thing that's clear is they don't have. They chase pitches, and what have you, and it's not It's not something that is forgivable. It's embarrassing to watch these guys, you know, and everything comes with it. You can't help but fall back. I don't care who gets paid what, actually, but the real problem is leadership from the manager. In football, leadership is spawned by the players being put in positions to excel, and then they perform, and then they look at one another, and there's a self-realization that, hey, this is our team. It's not Chuck Knox's team or George Allen's team or whoever the coach is at the time, John Madden's team. It's not their team, it's our team. And a smart coach knows when to maybe ignite it a little bit and to bring people's attention together. You don't need to have team meetings. You know, you don't need to say, come on, you guys, let's really win this game this week, and go out and sit on your thumb, you know, and you have to play like you remembered how to play when you won.
But missing from the game, again, in modern baseball and in football now too, is the manager, the coach, that after you go through a few losing streaks and it's pretty frustrating, that maybe yells at some players or closes the door and airs it out a little bit. And then sometimes there's a time when they tell the coach to get out and they yell at each other to get things going, to get the game going. I mean, it's a situation where you have to, the Tommy Lasordas are gone from the game of baseball. Tommy would sit there and yell at these guys if they were booting the baseball like they do in Kent Field. He'd go crazy.
Yeah, well, it's a new era, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You know, and the fact of the matter is I don't want the coach to be the leader of the team. I want my teammates and myself to be the leader of the team. And that's what has to happen here. You got 162 games, and you've got more than enough talent to last you a lifetime. And there's no reason whatsoever to play the way they've played all year, not just a slump. I hear this guy says, well, wait, you know, we're 11 and 17, you know, since the All-Star break. You know, forget that. You know, hit someone in the head and tell them to wake up or get off your field.
Could it be complacency?
Oh,
got the titles, a lot of money.
Well, exactly. That's the other thing. They're rewarding a bullpen of 12 relief pitchers that aren't showing up. And
all right, hang on. We'll talk about that when we come back here. We got the Fred Dreyer Show in progress. Email Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-475-7125. 800-475-7125. That's 800-475-7125.
To break or not to break your stucco? That is the question that homeowners have to ask themselves. Do they want to do that? I think not. Hi, Aaron here from California Deluxe Windows. In more than 20 years, we learned how to make most beautiful, energy-efficient windows to make your home beautiful, comfortable, and more valuable. We do not break the stucco, and we install our windows so precise that your house can be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
866-988-5100. 866-988-5100. For the best custom windows built right here in Southern California, call Aaron at California Deluxe Windows. Get 20% off your entire project and 1-year interest-free financing in Chatsworth and Santa Clara. 866-988-5100. 866-988-5100. CSLB number 774518. Some restrictions may apply.
And we're back with the one and only Fred Dreyer Show. Let me tell you, this show is on radio stations everywhere. Our flagship 790 KABC in Los Angeles, on Sirius XM Channel 217, XM Channel 203, also on XM Channel 203, and on the Sirius XM app at 967. Plus, it's on Sports Byline, the radio network, CRN Digital Talk Radio, lots of stations around the country. And so we want you to tune in and enjoy it. But if you missed the show, we have a podcast, and you can now get the podcast on any podcast platform, whether you like Spotify, Google, iHeart. You go to that platform, just hit search, put in the Fred Dreyer Show. The show will come up, and you can listen to it, or use your smartphone. On that smartphone, dial pound 250. It's a phone call, pound 250. When the call is answered, say, find my podcast. The voice will say, which podcast do you want? And you say, the Fred Dreyer Show. Presto, you'll have it loaded with a text message sent to your phone. Listen to all the Fred Dreyer shows. So Fred and
Yes.
and Corey and JD, I'm Mike. Let's talk a little bit about this. Missing is the explosive manager that talks about things. Fred, you're talking from a player's advantage. You're saying no matter how much money you made, you still have the pride to make sure you win a game. If that's a first-place team, and Dave Roberts has told the Dodgers, look, every team is going to play us as world champions, so that's all they got. They got a crappy season. They want to beat the world champs, so they bear down. You got to be ready for that as a player.
Well, not only that, Dave has to be ready for that as a manager.
There you go.
It's not like Dave coming into the room and saying what he has to say, which is fine, I suppose, and then walking out and then sitting in the dugout. He's got to tell people, hey, something. I've been watching you guys play here. You're the ex-world champions. This is going to be a test for you as players. You as players. It's their team. Don't say, they're going to play us like world champions. That's a cliche. Have a game plan where you know that you're going to empower your players. And once you empower them, they'll realize, hey, this is our team. We got to get going. And when you go out there, I had a friend of mine, who goes to the games every once in a while, and he's out there near the batting cage, and he says they're swinging like it's an arcade game. They're not really concentrating on the things, the fundamentals that they have to have in order to hit with runners in scoring position. Because each player that comes out and comes up to the plate, if the bases are clear and you get up to the plate, that's one thing. But if you've got people in front of you, you've got to hit in a different way than you would with the bases full or empty, and they just don't do that.
Let me ask you this real quick, Fred. Mike talked about teams getting amped up to play the world champion. I think that applies so much more to a game like football, doesn't it? When you actually have that aggression, that right. gladiator instinct, where you really can get up and fired up to really drill into somebody. Because baseball is such a measured, just
cerebral.
It's a different type of game. So do you think that applies more to a sport like football when it comes to getting amped up to take down the world champ in a one game? You only play each other once a year.
Yeah, sure. But each player, I mean, I made a note here. You know how many guys they've got making $1 million?
All of them.
Everybody does.
Every single one of them.
I agree with you about, and JD, about one game you're playing in a football team. But if you're a baseball team and you're in last place and you're mathematically out of it, you're going to amp up to go ahead and play the big teams and say, all I got left to do is to be the spoiler and to knock them down. So I disagree. I think the weaker teams can, go strong. And sometimes the big, strong team comes in and goes, well, we're going to have it real easy because we got this weaker team. And wow, they get plowed. Plus, complicating this, and I need your opinion again on this, Fred. These umpires are crap in Major League Baseball. You're a pitcher and you're throwing your heart out trying to set a guy up, and you get a strike that's called a ball, or you got one that goes way outside, and it's called a strike if you're a batter. This Dan Bellino was full of crap. This guy, Phil Cousy, another umpire. I take their names. I look and see who's there at the umpire, who's there at the plate doing these things over there, and it's just, I'm telling you, it's disappointing when you see a pitcher that sets somebody up and then loses the thing for the pitcher because they cheat.
Well, look, if you're a pitcher, I remember Don Drysdale telling me years ago when he was color commentating for the Angels down in Anaheim. I went up into the press box with him and sat down next to him. Didn't say anything, just watched how he worked, listened to what was going on, and he didn't mince any words. He was a pitcher. He controlled the game. This was his ball. Everything was the pride of ownership, and I remember one day Nolan Ryan, who had like 5 no-hitters, 6 no-hitters in his lifetime, but he's on the mound. He's playing Baltimore. He was playing Baltimore. They had great teams then, but he was playing Baltimore, and the Angels were winning, and he was striking guys out and doing all that stuff, and he was shaking his head, Don Drysdale, shaking his head, and at the commercial break, I looked at him, and he says, he's not pitching to his strengths. He's not pitching to how the defense is set up. He's just out there throwing the ball 110 over the heart of the plate. And he says he's telling the outfielders, doesn't make any difference where you are. I'm just going to throw it here. And he says he's a great pitcher, a powerful pitcher, all that stuff. But at the same time, he had a penchant for just doing what he wanted to do, regardless of how the defense was set up in his behalf.
What a great player. He had, by the way, 7 no-hitters, the first one in 1973, his last one in 1991 at the age of 41. He played on the Astros, I think. I know Texas Rangers and the Angels, maybe a couple other teams over there, but what a player. Nolan Ryan.
Played on the Mets.
Yeah, you're right. The Mets. That's right. Forget. Well, I think the Astros too. So
yeah, no, he played about 5-6.
Nolan Ryan also had 12 complete game one hitters. So he was
complete. What's a complete game? Tell me what's a complete. Yeah, nobody has complete games anymore. They count. They count pitches and they're done.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made a note here. The press is too easy. The press wants to be liked, and they want to be able to get into the Dodger dressing room and sit there and laugh and have a good time and get all the finger sandwiches you can get before the airplane door shuts.
Yeah,
one of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're Mike Preston of the Baltimore Sun, he goes after players, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. There you go.
Yeah, he should. And I would like to read his column about laziness and the modern day baseball player.
I mean, they got microphones now. Corey, the other night, the Astros pitcher over there, Framber Valdez, said he apologized to Cesar Salazar because I guess Salazar is the catcher, wanted Valdez to back off the mound, and Valdez threw the pitch, and whammo, Trent Grisham of the New York Yankees, what did he hit, a grand slam?
Grand slam, yeah.
And then the next pitch, what happens?
The next pitch, it's right down the pipe, but it hits the catcher in the ribs, and he looks like he's going like a fastball away. And so people think that the pitcher was mad at the catcher, and so he crossed him up on purpose and made him think he was throwing a lone outside, so he'd show his ribs and then crack him with a 93 mile an hour right down the pipe.
Man.
Well, they talked afterwards. What's wrong with that, Fred? Is that
what's wrong with him?
Good guy like you,
to
Fred.
your own guy.
I love Fred Dreyer. It's your own guy, Fred.
You got to call. You got to call a timeout. Who's the captain on the infield? First baseman usually, right?
Yeah, that or short. Probably.
Okay. But the guy that's consistent and that you yell at the least.
Well, they can't hear sometimes on these earpieces, which is what the catcher Salazar said. He couldn't hear and missed where he was going to throw it. That's why he got hit. But that's kind of a weird thing this week. And then the other thing, didn't they have, Corey, a bench-clearing brawl between Colorado and San Francisco?
Yeah, Rafael Devers hit a home run and was taking a little too long to get to first base. And they did a little bat flip.
Come on.
And started like a four-person fight, which ended up with 2 ejections and pitching changes.
Did it empty the?
They emptied everybody out, but only like 4 of them were actually like fighting. And then they came out on Wednesday and said that Freeland and Chapman was the only one who ended up getting suspended for 2 games.
And Willie Adames also.
Did he as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the other ones were fined.
Well, the overview is everyone in baseball is boring. And the only time you get any type of stimulation is when a guy hits one, it goes 1 mile past the left field
there
fence.
You go.
And he shots around and pisses some guy off because he thinks he's showing him up.
Pride in play.
And he should.
All right, we'll take a break, come back with more. This is the Fred Dreyer Show, the one and only Fred Dreyer. Email Fred, questions and more. Email him, freddryer@crntalk.com.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free gift. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Investors, keep listening to learn how to get your free gold report. A currency crisis is upon us. The U.S. dollar has been the world's reserve currency for over 50 years, but that is changing. It's time to protect your retirement. Decades of reckless borrowing and spending have critically weakened the dollar. The U.S. has become the world's biggest debtor with over $35 trillion in debt. Plus, the dollar's become weaponized. Countries are dumping it. Investors who wait until it's too late could lose big. There is one safe haven: gold. Diversify your portfolio with a physical asset they can't take away. Call the Reagan Gold Group right now and ask for your free gold guide. Here's our number:
800-251-7963. 800-251-7963. 800-251-7963. That's 800-251-7963.
We're back. It's the Fred Dreyer Show. This show not only a radio show on our flagship 790 KABC and the Sports Byline and CRN Talk radio networks, but it's also a video podcast. You can go to YouTube, just search the Fred Dreyer Show, and it's also available for you to take a look on Facebook Live when we do the show, and we get a lot of people that chime in here. We got any comments in the chat room, guys? You can go ahead and get us some information there, see if anybody has questions here for Fred Dreyer.
Got no questions at the moment, but Rachel from Birmingham wants to say hello, and her daughter Katrina is joining her for today's show to watch us. Bruce Diggory is also, they almost missed the show, so they're happy they did not. Our friend from Italy, Elisa, is once again with us.
Boy.
Yeah,
in Italy.
In the 2 in the morning. And then we got Martine Bailey from Cape Canaveral and Linda as well. Linda Lang wants to say hello. Everybody's just giving us praises for our awesome takes.
Everybody all over the country can come and see Fred, and he's going to be in your area at your wedding, Jeremy Dayton. I was able to meet your great family over there, and this is going to be in the Baltimore area. Am I right? Where is it going to be, Corey?
It's going to be September 18th through the 20th. It's the 20th year anniversary in Sheraton Baltimore North Hotel on Dulaney Valley Road in Towson, Maryland.
You familiar with that,
Towson,
Jeremy?
yeah, Towson, Maryland, yeah. Oh, yeah, I grew up 15 minutes from there.
Spent many a night there at that hotel, did you?
No. I missed the name, but yeah, I think it might be a location where I had one of my high school reunions.
What's the hotel again?
Sheraton Baltimore North Hotel.
No.
That's it. Fred, this is going to be big. You and Stephanie Kramer are headlining the show. Celebrities abound at this thing, a lot of celebrities, but a big autograph show. Are you excited about this?
Well, I've been to several of them, and some are what separates them is, yes, the buzz in the lobby before they open up the doors to let people in, and it can be a real pleasure, you know, and the crowds are usually really pumped up for it, and that gets you going, you know.
It's going to be good. It's on the 18th and 19th of September. It's coming up here. Might have to pre-tape a show here to get that going. Let's move ahead. Now, this is, as I recall, This is the opening of football season, and I know you get all excited, Fred. You pull out the helmet and put on the old uniform.
Well, you know what I do, Mike?
Tell everybody, would you?
It's a private moment.
Okay.
But I put my old uniform on and I sit in front of the TV.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And do you have any kind of cheerleader that comes by with pom poms?
Oh yes, yeah. I put out I put out donuts and cookies.
That's pretty good. That's good. All right, so let's look at some games here and take a look and see. And again, this show may play on some stations before or after these games play. So we'll look at the Sunday games, Week 1 games, and the storylines. How about the Raiders at the Patriots? What do you like here, Fred?
Where are they playing?
Hey, Patriots at home. They're playing in New England.
Oh, I like New England.
Yeah. And the Raiders got, Corey, the new coach?
Yeah, Pete Carroll came back out of retirement after 1 year and brought along Geno Smith, who has to get traded from the Seahawks when they picked up Darnold's contract. And so both new head coaches, because you got Mike Vrabel returning to the Patriots after a year of Gerard Mayo not doing too well. So you got two older gentlemen who like to run the ball and play hard defense, and two new schemes trying to change the culture of those two teams. Both have been pretty bad for the last couple of years, so I think it's going to be a great game.
They both have rookie running backs with high expectations, especially in the fantasy world. Trevion Henderson for the Patriots and Ashton Genty, the number 1 pick. Well, he was number 4 pick, I think.
Number 4, yeah.
In the first round for the Raiders. So that'll be fun to watch.
49ers at the Seahawks. Seahawks, the home team, Fred.
Seahawks
home team.
I like the Seahawks. They're supposed to be
Sam Darnold.
They're supposed to really be good this year, deep.
I like them. Sam Darnold is there. I think he's going to do a job. What do you guys think?
I like the 49ers. I think Christian McCaffrey's healthy again, and when he's on the field, it's hard to not choose that team. And Shanahan, and they got Robert Saleh back as their defensive coordinator, who left for the Jets for a little bit. And then when they were a pretty good playoff team, he was making that defense nice and tough.
Those division games
crumbling. What do you think?
Those division games in the NFC West are always pretty tough, but I do like the Niners to rebound this year. I'm looking forward to seeing Cooper Kupp, how he fits in and how they shift, because they got Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was always filling up the slot with last year with DK going out wide. But that's where Cooper thrives. So it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate that in Seattle. But Mike, I'm forgetting his last name, but he was our defensive coordinator in Baltimore, and now he's the head coach there. Yeah, it is McDonald, yeah. That'll be a good game.
These are pick-em games here. These are the tough games, I think. Only a few points in the point spread, but Patriots at home playing the Raiders. Seahawks at home playing the 49ers. One more, Fred, that could go either way. The Jets at home playing the Steelers. Who do you like?
That's going to be fun.
I like the Jets.
Like the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers going back.
Well, the funny thing is Justin Fields. Both quarterbacks played for the opposite teams
switched.
last year.
Right.
They just swapped
Am I right,
teams.
Corey?
Yeah,
so
they swapped
Aaron
teams.
Rodgers is now on the Steelers, and Justin Fields is now on the Jets. What do we think about that?
I think it's interesting. Justin Fields, he hasn't proved much as a passer. He doesn't do well there, but he can run really fast and around people, and that's usually how he gets.
He's not going to sneak up on the Steelers, though.
No.
I'd love to see the Jets win. Yeah, me too. I think the Steelers are going to take it, although I'd love to see the Jets take them.
Vote for who you want.
Yeah, that's right. We're just taking a look at this.
Yeah.
How about Packers? They're at home playing the Lions. Now, the Lions lost 8 coaches. Packers have Micah Parsons they just picked up. What do you think, Fred?
I thought it was good for Micah to get away from Jerry Jones and his incompetence. I thought it was really an unusual storyline that broke, where you had Micah's agent left out of the negotiations by Jerry, and then Micah just said, I would love to be able to have somebody here represent me. and what you wind up getting is an incomplete. How is it that Jerry has been so incompetent over the years, and it sounded like another stunt, and so I'm rooting for Micah. I think he's in a better organization. I think he's got a better team, and it'll be real interesting when those two teams play up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's good. So Dallas and the Packers will be hooking up. All right, how about the Rams at the Texans? Rams are at home. I like the Rams. Fred?
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
And that Matt Stafford, now he's got the bad back, and I don't want to do any plugs here, but, you and I have gone to that Dr. Michael Sheps, who does that hot laser, and I'm not saying he should work on Matt Stafford, but I hope they were smart enough to bring Matt Stafford in to see Michael Sheps and get him loosened up for the game and get him going, because he's done a lot for an Achilles tendon I had. Took care of a few injuries that you had, Fred.
Yeah, he did. Well, no, Dr. Sheps is fantastic. I got to get over and see him. But
yeah, happy birthday. It's his birthday week this week.
Oh, is it?
He had a birthday Thursday, so I want to wish him a happy birthday. Good. What do you guys think of the Rams-Texan game, JD, Corey?
I'm looking forward to seeing Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Assuming that Matthew Stafford plays, looking forward to see how they coalesce.
I think it'll be great. If he's healthy, I think they're going to be the top team in that division, just because Devontae can do anything from the outside, and you can just have Puka fill that role that Cooper played so well, and then he played it last year as well. And that defense I think they're the lowest. They pay the lowest to their defense because they're all like 1, 2, 3 year players who are on rookie deals, and they're playing lights out. And when you have that young defense, it all comes down to Stafford. But I'm pretty scared, because that back, he hasn't been hit all off season, and it sounds like it's very fragile. And the Texans actually have two of the best pass rushers that last year, so it's going to be rough. We'll see.
Warm up the hot laser.
Yeah, Houston doesn't have. Yeah, they're missing Joe Mixon. They got
I don't think they'll be able to keep up offensively, but their defense is pretty good, and I like their head coach and what.
Who's
what
back up for the
there.
Rams now in case there's a problem?
You have Jimmy Garoppolo and Stetson Bennett.
There you go. All right. Next game is kind of a pick'em game here. The Bills are at home against the Ravens. Josh Allen against Lamar Jackson. That could be one of the games of the week. Your thought on that one, Fred?
Who's the home team?
Home team are the Buffalo Bills.
I like the Buffalo Bills.
Going home team.
Well,
I'm going to, but it's tough because I know we got JD there. That's a Raven
You guys
fan.
go ahead. You guys, I love it. You guys, all three. I know Corey's taking the Bills too. All Baltimore in this one, and that's not a homer pick. I think we are gonna, because they have that bitter taste of that loss last year on their minds. They had the bitter taste of the KC loss last year going into opening night, and they had the foot on the line. They are not. I think they're going to be ready for Sunday night.
Fred, come on. What do you think?
I like the home team, Buffalo Bills, is the league opener.
That's good.
And it's simple as that.
Twist that microphone around and say.
As long as Mark Andrews doesn't get stripped and drop another ball in the end zone, I think we got it.
JD with his voice is pounding in on the Ravens over there because all of us.
The Bills are going to be good. I like them, but you're right. I didn't even think also that Lamar might have a little chip on his shoulder for not winning.
Of course he
winning
does.
the MVP with his 40 touchdowns.
It's about time that
44.
guy.
Yeah.
It's about time that guy step up, though. He's a little. When the playoff season starts, he's not there.
That's the popular opinion. But if you watch that game, it's hard not to. If his team if you go back into all their tough losses, going back to Tennessee like 5 years ago, like our key players drop so many balls and they put all the pressure on Lamar. There's always all the pressure on Lamar.
That's the job.
It is, but I mean, if you take that strip from Andrews and the drop pass, people are talking about, all right, he's over the hump. He came back and he won a game with Superman heroics, but his teammates let him down. It's a team sport ultimately, so he gets all the praise and all the criticism when they lose. So it's going to take the whole team.
Well, we'll see what happens, but
twist that mic in front of Fred there, guys. Get it so it's. So we got it going in there. All right. Boy, we just shot through this segment like crazy here. When we come back, let's take a look at the division winners and see what Fred thinks, looking ahead to see who might get into the playoffs in the AFC and the NFC. This is the one and only Fred Dreyer Show. Don't forget, you can email Fred, freddryer@crntalk.com. Also, Fred_Dreyer on X. Not the music loud. We want Fred's microphone louder. Thank you.
Here we go.
And
how about that?
That's good. Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. And don't forget, we do the show on Facebook Live, and you can go and chime in on that too. It's also on YouTube. Just search for The Fred Dreyer Show. You can take a look at it there.
We're coming back. We're coming back, aren't we?
We are coming back. Stay with us here. One more segment here. Stay with us.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
1 out of 2 Americans thinks their life is worthy of a book. Here's another startling stat. You may be one of the 15% of people who bothered to start your book and one of the 6% that got halfway through it, but your gem of an idea likely died. Or did it? Some published authors are making significant money, so join the ranks of the successful people that finish their books with help from Dorrance Publishing. Call right now and our experienced editors and writers will explain to you what it's going to take to get your book completely written, published, and then taken to market to sell it. It's a free consultation, so call right now. Find out how much time and money it takes to finally get that book idea of yours published. Make your dreams happen. Call Dorrance Publishing right now.
800-786-1468. 800-786-1468. 800-786-1468. That's 800-786-1468. Do you hear that? That's the sound of uncertainty lurking under your hood. You know the feeling. I know I do. That sudden sinking sensation when you see a check engine light or your car unexpectedly breaks down and you're faced with sky-high repair bills. It's time to shield against unexpected repairs with CarShield. CarShield is America's most trusted auto protection company and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Don't let the fear of a breakdown keep you up at night. Trust the Shield, CarShield, and say goodbye to terrifying repair bills and hello to peace of mind. Your plan also comes with 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental car options, and so much more. Don't wait till it's too late. Call CarShield now before a breakdown. Protect your wallet. Protect your car with CarShield. Get our best protection ever. Call now. You'll thank me later. 800-824-7094. 800-824-7094. That's 800-824-7094.
All right, final segment. Probably not enough time to pick the division winners. We'll save that for next week, Corey.
Yeah.
How long is this segment, Corey?
This one's like 2 minutes and 50 seconds, I think.
Talk fast.
All right, so Fred Dreyer, we can talk about Bill Belichick's debut or whatever else you want to talk about.
I want to talk about his girlfriend. She's good.
Yeah. She is good. Now, University of North Carolina lost 48-14 in their first game. I thought the score should have been more like 73-24, which are the ages of Bill and his lovely wife. But they are.
Oh well.
They're getting Jordan there and Bill are trademarking names here.
Yeah, this is 2 weeks old.
Gold
They
digger.
got gold digger jewelry and Yeah, well, they got a bunch. They got Channel Bill, Chapel Bill, Bellastrator, Tale of Salty Tears, No Days Off, The Belichick Way. Why don't we get Sultan of Safeties and get a trademark?
No, I don't
for you?
want. I don't want to co-opt their great move into the social situation. But what Bill should do, he should get a hubcap, a hubcap-sized necklace.
Yeah.
And wear it on the sideline to communicate with the players.
A hubcap size?
Hubcap.
Like a Dion necklace?
You know what a hubcap
Like a Flavor
is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I steal them every once in a while when, in Chicago when I go there, since they can get whatever you want.
What's the guy's name that has a huge clock around
Yeah,
it?
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
That's good. I think that's a good one, Fred. That's a good way to end the show.
Yeah,
Maybe
well, it should have ended about a half hour ago.
Yes, good. End that up with get Jordan to go ahead and take care of it. That's our show. You miss anything, for gosh sakes, follow Fred Dreyer on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. On X, you can follow him, Fred_Dreyer. And don't forget Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. Email him there with any questions or comments. Fred Dreyer, Dreyer, at crntalk.com. And don't forget his big autograph signing. When is that coming up again, Corey?
The 18th through the 20th.
18th through the 20th. And
In Baltimore.
If you're out driving around, which I know we all are, stop in, say hi.
That's it. Got to go and see Fred. Final thoughts from you, Fred?
Stop in, say hi.
Thank you very much. Everybody, what do we always say at the end of the show? Stop in. Come on and say hi.
Stop in and say hi, brother.
Hi, Fred.
If anyone should ask, you're listening to CRN Digital Talk Radio.